This year, limited space meant increased fire hazard and numerous fire drills. Football!
Let's all remember that Saturday's our big day. We want to see everybody at Evanston tomorrow backing our team and giving it the support they need. We've got a great school and a great team, but let's not let them down by forgetting who we are and where we're from. Now let's have everybody up for the victory cheer and yell like you really mean it.
Second in Suburban League. Basketball. New Trier 79, Lake Forest 42.
New Trier 72, Waukegan 66.
New Trier 64, Highland Park 54.
New Trier 63, Arlington Heights 58.
New Trier 89, St. Edwards 83.
Final man being introduced on the Dunbar squad. Now the winners of the Arlington Heights sectional, New Trier. They were runners-up in the Suburban League. Well, they've come a long way. 18 wins and 7 defeats. 88-56, the final score. And Dunbar takes it.
Swimming.
John Chalmers.
Make your mark. Get set.
Winner. Score with a tie, 54 points for Evanston and 54 points for New Trier. So each of these two teams will receive a first place championship trophy.
Enthusiasm for athletics and our attitude toward responsibility were given a real facelifting this year by student leaders and organizations. Its overwhelming success was due mainly to Student Council, which carefully planned the project in many discussions. The following, led by Missy Cook, council president, was typical.
Today, we have a lot to do. We have gotten the date of February 9th for our English class discussions. Now, do we want to concentrate primarily on attitudes? Is that the main problem, or should we go into the study hall? Is that something that's real big before us and is facing us we should do something about it? Ken?
Well, I think the study halls are a big problem, and since everyone is in the study halls, that we could link them all together by starting out with the study halls and then branching out into these other topics.
Very good. The study halls affects everyone. Well, maybe we should start there, or should we concentrate the whole 40 minutes on that? Deanna?
Well, I think we ought to bring in something about the lunch hall because it's gotten worse recently. Of course, it's awfully crowded, but something else might be able to be done too.
Tony?
Well, I don't think we should concentrate the whole 40 minutes on the study halls. We can bring in other things like the honor system and the code of ethics and the lunch hall and get a general overall discussion on all of these things rather than just concentrating on study halls.
That's right. Isn't it that we want to make the whole school aware of that there are certain problems, there are certain places which we can bring up, we can make better. Certainly this isn't saying that the whole school is falling down or that there is a slide in the attitudes of the principals of the school, but merely a time to sit back and evaluate where we are and what we want to do and where we can better and where we can go ahead. Julie?
Well, I think we should bring in that thing about school spirit and cheering at games. I think it definitely could be improved.
School spirit, cheering games. That's part of the attitude thing too, isn't it, Julie?
Yeah.
Ann?
Well, I think a good thing to do would probably be discuss the school attitude as a whole and bring the study halls, the honor system, and the school spirit in as side topics, because I think the attitude affects generally all of these topics.
I know, but attitude is kind of a big thing. It's hard to get at. It's not something tangible. Or if you could start off with one thing, everyone starts off with one thing. If we could improve, say, just the study halls by these English class discussions, don't you feel that we will, as in at least attaining one of our goals, and then anything else we can add in will just be that much to the better?
New Trier was happy to welcome Dr. William Cornog as superintendent. Here he is now, speaking at a February assembly.
I've been aware of the fact that our assemblies have been said to be orderly because we have the faculty here, posted strategically in various places. I'm going to show anyone who's interested in a demonstration that this is not a necessity. I'm going to put upon you, and I hope you will accept as good sports and ladies and gentlemen, the obligation. I'm going to ask the faculty to withdraw to seats in the rear of the auditorium and see whether we can't have an assembly where the students are completely responsible for their own conduct.
In the English department, a new development was an after-school series of lectures for seniors. One of the talks was given by Mr. Robert Carpenter on the subject of semantics.
An amusing illustration of such blockage occurs in Alice in Wonderland. Alice had made friends, perhaps you recall, with a Cheshire cat, which possessed the peculiar ability to make itself visible or invisible at will. It used to flicker abruptly in or out of sight, a habit which made Alice giddy. At her request, therefore, the cat took to joining her company gradually, beginning at one end or the other. When Alice attended the croquet party put on by the Queen of Hearts, the cat started to appear head first, but got only as far as the neck and did not finish the process. Alice and the King of Hearts talked for a short time with just the head of the cat. Presently, the Queen ordered the cat beheaded. Alice left to play croquet. When she got back to the Cheshire cat, she was surprised to find quite a large crowd collected around it. There was a dispute going on between the executioner, the king, and the queen. The executioner's argument was that you couldn't cut off a head unless there was a body to cut it off from. That he had never had to do such a thing before, and he wasn't going to begin it at this time of life. The king's argument was that anything that had a head could be beheaded, and that you weren't to talk nonsense. The ideas and attitudes illustrated in this story, the insistence on literal meanings, and the demand for logical definitions are good for dispute and argument, but fatal to the sympathetic reception of communication from a sensitive poet. Almost as great a hindrance to communication between the poet and the rest of us is the notion that the meaning of a word is fixed and clear as recorded in the dictionary, and that all we have to do is add up the dictionary definitions to grasp the author's meaning. Poetic language is not like algebraic equations or chemical formulas. A word shifts in meaning from use to use, and the whole composition is greater than the sum of its parts. Furthermore, the tone of assertion in poetry is often lighter than in prose, merely hinting or suggesting a meaning.
These sounds have echoed through New Trier since September. They are the sounds of the people who leave early.
Sophomores, yeah, that's him.
What's wrong? It's only 20.
Hey, fellas, let's clear out of the halls. Classes are in session. Let's clear out, fellas. Classes are in session.
Of those who leave on time. And of those who leave late. It is fine to enumerate the innovations of a school year, but we must not forget the traditions.
Oh, we love the halls of ivy that surround us here today, and we will not forget though we be far, far away, to the hallowed halls of ivy. Every voice will bid farewell, and shimmer off in twilight like the old vesper bell. One day a hush will fall, the footsteps of us all will echo down the hall and disappear. But as we sadly start our journeys far apart, a part of every heart will linger here in the sacred halls of ivy, where we lived and learned to know that through the years we'll see you in the sweet afterglow.
These were the sounds of New Trier, sounds of progress, exploration, learning. They meant so much to us all. We helped to make them, and they helped to make us what we are and will be. For seniors, they are only memories, which will gradually fade as high school recedes into the past. But what these sounds meant and the way they affected us will never leave. New Trier is a part of our lives that will not change.